Holly, Holly, this is for you. This is for you. Heard for the grapevine, you inquiring about a particular subject matter, a particular song. Holly, thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So anybody wondering what's going on? Hallie, she reached out to us and say, "Hey, I want to hear the story about. You guys keep talking about Saturday Love. Well, Barry talks about Saturday Love. Just out of curiosity, what's that all about?" Okay. Uh, Thank you for bringing that up. Um, we'll get into that. Bar, Hallie would like to know what's what's about Saturday Love. Huh? Would you like to start on that? Hmm? Hmm?
Saturday Love is the greatest song ever written by man. I don't care if it's country, hip hop, rap, grunge, metal, whatever. Saturday Love is the ultimate, the best, the best. It's the greatest song ever composed, in my opinion. This is why everyone needs to hear about it. This is why I talk about it. You see, and so and she's a fan of yours, Rod. She's a fan of you,
See,
but
I'm
she
okay with
has.
that. I'm okay with that. I'm just wondering. You know,
Okay,
um,
okay.
get, Hallie, just get ready. We about to dive in. Oh boy, here we go.
All right, so here's it go. So people want to know what we keep talking about Saturday Love. So everyone's always
Mm,
asking. As a dancer, as a DJ, we know this. I'm a hip hop dancer. I've done choreographies. I've done music videos. I've done all that stuff before. And everyone always
fine.
comes back, okay, and they always want to know the famous question: what's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite comic book? What's your favorite car? Trans Am. 97 Trans Am. 96 Trans Am. Okay, yeah, right. Like, people want to know, like Smoking the Bandit edition. People want to know what's everyone's favorite stuff. Okay, and this is a general question that we always ask everybody in life, from the ages, from the when we could first talk, from the age of 2 or 3, whatever, till your days where you're okay, right. Sometimes that list changes, sometimes that list stays the same, sometimes it brings back memories, sometimes it's attached to something. And I'm telling you, back in 1985, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis turned around and they composed a song for Alexander O'Neal and Cherrelle. And they turned around and tried to sell it because they needed a song. Alexander O'Neal was a hot artist at the time. He had Fake. He's worked with the two boys before. So let's go back a couple of minutes, right? So Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, okay, those names sound familiar. They should sound familiar because they were part of the group at the time. They were the two brothers in black suits all the time with shades, playing the keyboards all the time in the background. Now, if you don't know who Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are, shame on you, but we're going to educate you today. So, first of all, you have to understand that they worked with the Control album with Janet Jackson, right? They worked on the song Scream. They worked on the song Control. They worked on Alexander O'Neal's Fake. They worked on Cherrelle's song Didn't Mean to Turn You On. They dropped hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. They worked on Morris Day. With Morris Day in the Time, they're part of the Time. That's you see them in Purple Rain with Jungle Love. Oh. Okay, so now we're gonna get back to it's Saturday Love. Saturday Love. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday Love was the greatest song, in my opinion, ever written. The harmony is great. The chorus is great. And Alexander and Cherrelle, their vocals were magic. And they brought them two together in 1985 because they needed to have a duet song. And they wrote this song down on a napkin. On a napkin, this started off, okay? You started on a napkin and put this together in a couple, in a day, and got them in there and recorded this song in 1985. Then I was witnessed this greatness because I barely heard it. And back then in 1985, I mean, not like now, there was YouTube. No. If you wanted to
Nope.
catch your music videos and know what's going on, you had to watch the music video shows at the time. You had to watch Friday night videos, right? And that was more top 40. But then if you get into the urban culture, especially if you're in Canada, right? Like, no, down in the States, you had Soul Train.
Yeah.
You had American bandstand to come on
Yep.
Saturdays, right? But with Dick Clark, rest in peace. But there was another show called New York City Hot Tracks. And if you know New York City Hot Tracks, it was a video show, and they would play all the hip hop videos on a Saturday night. And I'd be on the phone with my boy Derwin, and we'd be watching these shows because we were too young to get into the club. Yeah, Derwin knows. You can come on now. And we were on the phone. Now Derwin was also working as a DJ back then and spinning and stuff like that. So he was buying records. And I heard this song on New York City Hot Track, and I was talking to him, and I was like, hold up. The press. What is this? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love. What? And the song dropped and it struck. poured to my soul. And I said, that's it. That is my all-time favorite song. Now, prior to that, it's always changed. It's up and down. It's gone back and forth. But that sung to me to a spot that was so deep that Derwin was on the phone. He was like, "Oh no," or Derwin's famous words are more like, "Oh dear." That's when, right? Like, oh dear. When he knew the explosion happened in my head. Oh dear. And if you don't know who Derwin is, if you go back to a couple of our episodes, you'll see when you
Yeah.
talked about Nightman, right? The TV show
Yes.
Nightman. Derwin was on for that, and Jason X. Derwin was in Jason X, and he's been
Yep.
in other numerous projects, be it movies or TV. And he was, still my best friend, our best friend of the show, and came on and still talked to him. So Derwin, okay. So when this song came on, right, I was like, yo, I need to find this song. Now, let's go for it because I'm blessed because Darren was DJing and he was kind of coming out the DJ. Then I had my boy, Drags, right? At the time he was going by DJ Wiz, fellow DJ at his house, rates of records, and he pulled this gem out. And I went, oh no. And everyone knows if you play that song at a party, I'm shutting it down. The floor is mine. I don't care who's on that dance floor. It is mine. You understand that? Now, of course, the knees
Witness.
might be slowing down a bit, but
Witness. Full witness. I've seen
right,
it.
right,
I've seen it
right.
happen.
Rod's seen it happen. You hear the scream. I don't care if I'm the men's bathroom, relieving myself, and that song starts to come in. Boom, boom, boom. I'm screaming, running, half washing my hands, hitting that dance floor hard. I'm talking 1985. It was Chinese slippers and baggy pants, looking like a pirate with a raccoon tail on my side because I was a breakdancing here at the same time. But I was hitting that floor hard. I was popping, locking, doing all that stuff, sliding and up rocking. Yo. And then, of course, music's evolved, right? The dance has evolved. But I hit that to old school. I was there. So the reason I got to mention certain things is so with Donovan, he had the song and DJ equipment. This is where we put everything on audio cassette. That's right, before CDs, kids. You don't know what audio cassette is? Well, back in 1985. And I turned around and I used to have it on a tape. He put on a mixtape for me one time because he was DJing. He put on a tape and mixed into something else. I was good. And I always rewind it. But the tape would pop. Get the pencil, flip the tape around, put it back in the pop. All right, put it. And I said, I need to avoid this. Went down to the store, got myself a 90-minute tape. That's 45 minutes on each side. You understand? 45 minutes on each side. Then I went to Donovan's house and I said, yo, man, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. I go, yo, can I use your equipment? He goes, yeah. He goes, Barry, man, I'm going to do this mix. I'm like, okay, copy that mix on me for me on one side. He does his mix, right? All like hip hop and all that stuff, Big Daddy Kane and Public Enemy and this genre, Latifah, dance to the music. Okay, so then I said, don't touch the other side. He went, why not? I went, hold up, this is my side, and he had a 12-inch. The 12-inch is like, okay, so you got a 45 and you got the 12-inch. Haha, keep their mind out the gutter. And I got the 12-inch record because it's the remix, the extended remix. And I threw that bad boy on and I let it play. Then I pause, put it back to the beginning, let it play. Pause, put it back to the beginning, let it play. I filled up a 45-minute side just of Saturday Love. That was step one. Then, anytime I had my dad's car on a Friday night, we going out clubbing. Or the time I was driving from Montreal to Toronto for Caribana, I would put in that tape. I had a lot of tapes, still do
Right.
from soundtracks.
So this is where I'm gonna jump in for half a second. Haley, like you're hearing the foundation. You can hear the enthusiasm. How Barry loves Saturday Love. How he loves this song. And the means and the extension he went to gravitate, to create something solid that he can keep with him on a consistent basis. And as he just said, at the time I was living in Montreal as well. And yes, we would come down to Toronto for Caribana. That would be on an average of 5, depending on how you drive, 4 to 5 to 6 hours, depending on how you drive. Yeah. So now you can hear that Barry said he has a bunch of tapes, but there's always one golden tape. I'm going to leave that for Barry. I'm going to just see where Barry's going to go if you remember the particular, part I'm gonna get to. But yeah, Barry, did we leave? Did we play that tape on the way down for did we play that music? Just out of curiosity, do you recall?
Um, um, so Rod can correct me on this one. To my recollection, we played it a couple of times.
A couple of times. A couple of times.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, yeah. Do,
mm, mm.
do you remember another facet of the Saturday Night Love tape? Do you remember? I will always remember. Do you?
Uh, I've tortured a lot of people with this song. So you got to be on board or not, because I know you can't sing when that song is on. You can't talk to me when that song is on. It's a zone of silence, and that song is blaring. But I've had a lot of memories. But Rod, which one you referring to, Rod? Which one are you referring to?
I'm going to refer to a certain time that we left.
Uh huh.
I just don't remember the specifics, but
Uh
it's
huh.
specific enough that we left Montreal
Uh huh.
on our way to Toronto,
Hmm.
and I can't remember at one point. It wasn't far into the trip, thank the Lord, but there was a certain aspect that he realized he forgot the tape.
Oh,
And guess what? If you could hear by his enthusiasm and how much he loves the song, and that, a road trip without Saturday Night Love, any road trip, you can have a road trip, you can have Saturday Night Love, but it must be together. If one is missing, the world is on
wow.
balance.
Yes.
There was a time
Uh huh.
that my wonderful cousin said, driving, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Where's my tape? Where's my tape? And I think he started to realize I had it there. I had it. It's back home. Sorry, guys, we got to go back. Excuse me? In the words of Wayne, a baking powder? Yeah, we got to go back. Thank the Lord, we didn't pass the Quebec border. So that's, within a 45 minutes to an hour, no, yeah, about 45 minutes run already. But he recall, he's driving. It's his car. Not much we can say. We just got, okay, I guess we're going to go back.
Go back.
Get down. Just to get a song, which is okay. It's just to show me as how confident, how much Barry loves Saturday Night Love, and how he must have Saturday Night Love as part of his driving ritual. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
just letting you know that be prepared to understand when any type of road trip or any type of destination, make sure you have all your items, all the things you want with you. Just make sure. We've
It
learned
is
from that
true.
day. We learned from that day. Because any future trips after that, hey, well, yeah, we're going. Get in the car. Cool, pick up. You have your tape? Yeah, okay, cool. We can go. Just making sure. Just say. We just certify and quantifying that everything is in order. Just make sure. We got car, cool. We got gas to start us off. Yeah. We got
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
we got food. No, we got funds to replenish the gas and the snacks. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Do we have the tape? It's a checklist.
Yeah.
Which one's off? We gotta regroup. And I believe we regrouped. So yes, as Barry say, he didn't torture people. No. He was just letting everybody know as part of the ritual to be in the vehicle with me as the driver of the car. This tape will be played.
Absolutely. I remember that because I was renting at the time. That's when they came up with the Chrysler Intrepid, and that was a nice big car, and that car had power. And yeah, I U-turned to get that tape to drive on. So let's just say it's that I always made jokes. If someone could sing that song to me, if I was at a club and someone came up and sung that song to beginning to end, I would marry that person on the spot. That was a running joke back in
I
my
was.
clubbing days, right? Like I've gone to extremes, and people hear that story like, no, I'm like, think about it. I turned the car around. So this is before CDs, this is before Spotify, and this is like a tape. If you have to rewind, you have to hit it and you have to know when to stop it. So I figured less wear and tear, let the song just keep repeating. And when everyone realized that I did this on a tape, they knew getting into the car was like, okay, he's going to play side A. But as soon as we hit a certain point, it's going to auto flip and play side B. And it's going to be nonstop and no one can talk. I don't care if you're dying to go to the bathroom. No one could stop me. Good thing that, if a police officer was trying to pull me over that time, as that tape was playing, I wasn't stopping. So there was no stopping me when that song was on. That was my moment of meditation. So
Ain't no
this is
stopping
why.
us, no
Oh,
stopping. No one does it better.
all right. So if to anyone else listening to the podcast, if you guys hear, you always hear comments of where I'm asking Rod to play Saturday Love. I go, if you play it, I'm there. When he's doing his radio show, his Twitch show, and all those, I said, if you throw it on, I'm there, and I'm usually there in the background. You'll see me pop up sometimes, like, you hear me,
100%.
and I crack on him. I'll
100%.
crack on him. He made a 3-hour mix the other day that he provided to me, and I was like, it was an awesome mix, but I only gave it a 9.5 out of 10 because Saturday Love was not a part of that mix. It's a good thing that I'm at a distance. So let's put it this way. That's a song. If you ask me if I had to listen to one song for the rest of my life without ever getting bored of it, 1985, we are 2026, and it stands true. You should see my Spotify playlist. It has different versions of that. All right. So, Halle, now you know the story. Everybody else, y'all know the story. Saturday Love, best song around. Come at me, bro. And even then, no. You know what I mean? If I was a judge of a DJ contest and this guy came in, he was cutting and scratching and doing all these tricks, and then the other DJ just came in and played Saturday Love, we all know where my
Win-win.
vote would go. Okay.
Well,
All
Haley,
right.
thank you again. Thank you for inquiring. There's nothing wrong with inquiring. You know, thank you. Now look it out.
All right, Ed. All right. P.S. Go and play the song. All right. Well,